Hello everyone, welcome to Urbanscape Bangalore, and in this episode we will be learning about how to fertilize your plants with the help of fish emulsion fertilizer. In an earlier episode I had covered on how to fertilize your water plants, but in this episode we will be learning about fertilizing your normal plants. But why fish fertilizer, you may ask? Because the fish fertilizer has 5:1:1 of NPK ratio, and this is very important for plant growth. Especially the high ratio of nitrogen in this particular fertilizer is very beneficial for the plant health as well as its growth. So some people are a little squeamish about using the fish fertilizer, and that is perfectly fine and I completely understand. So I will definitely provide some alternatives in some other video for you guys. Apart from these three macronutrients, they also contain a lot of micronutrients that are required for plant health and growth. So let us look at why would we really need a nitrogen-rich fertilizer, organic or otherwise, for our plants' proper growth. Though a lot of nitrogen is present in the air, the plant cannot readily absorb this nitrogen in its purest form. It needs this nitrogen to be broken down into absorbable parts like ammonia or other nitrates for the plants to absorb. This process is called nitrogen fixation, which fixes the nitrogen compounds in the soil and which is easily available for the plants to absorb. So this activity is done by microorganisms like bacteria and fungi in the soil. So if at all you are looking at adding inorganic or synthetic fertilizers, what it generally does is it just gives the nutrients to the plants, but it does nothing for the microorganisms in the soil. So I would definitely suggest you to use organic fertilizers like this, or even compost is excellent because it does really good for the soil ecosystem and the microorganisms will flourish and it will have a symbiotic relationship between the plant and these organisms, and both of them would benefit from each other. Fertilizing a plant is very important, especially during its growing days and especially during the spring or the summer seasons. You can reduce fertilizing your plants during the winter months. Remember that even if your plant is a flowering plant, it will still need a fertilizer that is nitrogen rich. The fish fertilizer must be strictly used outdoors because using it indoors could create some amount of stench which can be unbearable. But do remember, just because you're using organic fertilizer, it doesn't mean that you have to use it straight away into your plants. Make sure that you dilute that in water and then use it. As a thumb rule, you can use 1 or 2 tablespoons of such organic fertilizers in a gallon of water, which is approximately 3 liters of water. So here you can see I have a 5-liter watering can and I will be using 25 milliliters of this fish fertilizer into this 5-liter watering jug. Always make sure that you add water into the watering can and then add the fertilizer. The best part about these organic fertilizers is that you can also use them as foliar spray. That means you can spray it on the leaf and the leaf will absorb these nutrients as well. You can also fertilize your succulents with the fish fertilizer. Just remember that you can fertilize the succulents a little more lesser than the normal regular plants. And also do not forget to mix this watering jug after applying the fertilizer very thoroughly. So most of the time you would see that your plants are getting affected by a lot of diseases, mostly because it is nutrient deficient. It is just like human beings. If it does not get appropriate amounts of food, then it will become susceptible to diseases, to pests, etc. The best time to add your fertilizers is in the morning when the sun is not at its harshest. For your veggie patches, for your ornamental plants, for your other flowering plants, you can add this fertilizer once or twice or thrice a month. But for your succulents, you can add this once every 5 months. So now let us see on how to use this fertilizer. So soak the plant with this liquid fertilizer thoroughly and make sure that the water drips out of the drainage hole. So, folks, the next time your beloved fishes die, you can give them a befitting burial by simply burying them in your garden. Your fishes will live in eternity through your plants. So, with this, we have come to the end of yet another episode of Urbanscape Bangalore. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I really also hope that this was informational at the same time. So, thank you for watching Urbanscape Bangalore, and if you have liked this video, then please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Additionally, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, the link to which will be provided below. Thank you and goodbye.